for your main event of the evening. 5 rounds for the interim welterweight championship of the world. Troy Jones versus Murtel Grunhard. Murtel Grunhard. It's up.
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
Troy Jones. Here comes trouble.
Dangerous man. He doesn't go out there and just throw wildly. He sets it up really nicely. He's got good power. Jones coming out, guns blazing as we expected. Oh, another one. That left hand, I think, hurt him. And a high kick. See you later. Lights out. Troy Trouble Jones. A knockout of the year contender from Troy Trouble Jones.
He is a 12-time U.S. national and North American champion, coming off a technical knockout first-round victory in Miami. Here is Troy Jones.
Welterweight division, it's a war zone. Everybody is hungry, everybody is focused. Doesn't matter who's coming, come and get it. The #1, outspoken, trash talking. I'm the predator. I always look into my opponent's eyes and I already saw a weakness in his eyes.
Everyone says how hard it is to fight you. You're unorthodox. How did you get that style?
I think from the streets or something. I don't know.
This is a street fight, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my! Defend yourself at all times! There's a left hook that sends Tom Chong down. It's over! Murtaugh the Predator Grunhard with another knockout victory!
This 2-time contender tournament champion has been in the Glory spotlight since Glory 2 in Brussels 7 years ago. Here is Murtaugh Grunhard.
His massive edge to Myrtle Grunhard, as well as both guys have great finishing abilities. You know, 57 for Myrtle, but that's 57% in 95 fights, which is incredible. But Troy Jones in his 14-fight career has a nice 85% ratio.
Inside the numbers, Myrtle Grunhard has dropped 11 opponents, but he's been down 3 times himself. Troy Jones has never been down and has 5 KOs.
My keys to glory for this bout is for Myrtle Grunhard. No surprise, use that experience. He needs to control the range, and he's got to control his pace. When he's ready to attack, he's got to bring it. He's got to mix his strikes. He's got really good punches mixed with knee combinations that he's going to want to look to do tonight. Troy Jones needs to be adaptable. Pressure when it's time. Move and stay defensive when it's the right opportunity. But he's got to look to land that power, make Myrtle respect him, and he's got to stay tight defensively and really look to use his counters.
Here are our championship rules. We could go 5 rounds, 3 minutes each, punches, kicks, and knees. Those are the legal strikes. 3 knockdowns in a round, 4 in the fight, and it's a TKO. And we do have open scoring tonight. After each round, you'll see the judges' scores on your screen. And here are the judges' scores tonight, all from Europe. Belgium, Italy, Germany, France, and the Netherlands represented.
Your main event of the evening features a former champion who's already been to the sport's tallest mountain, challenged by an American upstart who puts his near-perfect record on the line in the opportunity of a lifetime. This bout sanctioned by the FFK-MDA in cooperation with the ISKA. And at the bell, your referee is Paul Nichols. From Lyon to LA, stand-up combat fans are watching in over 180 countries around the world. It's time for glory! Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner. He's a Pan American gold medalist who puts a perfect 4-0 glory record on the line. His professional record, 13 wins, just 1 loss, but 11 of those 13 wins have come by way of knockout. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, 1.85 meters, and he weighed in at 168.4 pounds, 76.4 kilos. Fighting out of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota, by way of Chicago, Illinois, USA. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes trouble, Troy Jones. Here now is his opponent, fighting out of the white corner, a WBC Muay Thai champion and a European and World Max champion. His professional record impressive, 68 wins, 24 losses, 3 bouts scored even with 39 career knockouts. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, 1.85 meters, and he weighed in at 168.2 pounds, 76.3 kilograms. Fighting tonight out of the Netherlands, he is the former welterweight champion of the world. He is Myrtle, the Predator, Grunhard. Once again, your referee in charge of this bout is Paul Nichols.
Gentlemen, you understand the rules that you're fighting to. Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. It's a title fight, I expect you to fight for it. Touch gloves if you want. Push back. Judge.
Only 14 pro fights from Minnesota. Taking this bout on 12 days' notice. It's the stuff dreams are made of and nightmares are made of. What will it be for Troy Jones against one of the best to ever do it, and Myrtle Grunhard? Grunhard in the white gloves, Troy Trouble Jones in the black. What are you looking for from Jones early in this fight?
Well, establishing his jab, and then off the jab, he's going to try to mix in his kicks, his knees, and his other hands. He's really good at staying patient, setting things up. And When he feels his best chances, he knows Myrtle can get wild, and that's when he feels like he can catch him.
When you're extremely nervous, as I imagine Troy Jones is, what's the best way to work those nerves out in the ring?
Well, it's kind of move, stay defensively, and sit behind the jab. I mean, keep that long distance, hit and move. And then as you get more comfortable, that's when you sit in the mid-range a little bit more. But Myrtle's a really awkward style fighter, unorthodox. Just when you think you have it, Myrtle comes with these explosions.
Watch the knees from Myrtle. Few do it better.
Yep. Right now, sharp boxing from Jones. Mixing the jab, following with the right hand. Myrtle's looking for an opportunity to open up and land.
Myrtle might just be letting Jones get comfortable. Maybe get a little too comfortable before he strikes.
Well, Myrtle didn't know too much about Jones. They're going to learn about each other quickly now.
Nobody really knows a lot about Jones. 14 pro fights, just 4 here in Glory, but he's looked outstanding against mid-tier competition. Now he's fighting an elite guy.
Yep, doesn't get any higher than this.
And keep in mind, Troy Jones has never gone 5 rounds.
Jones does have a good Muay Thai background where he's used to going 5 rounds, so he says the pace, and the rounds doesn't, shake him up at all.
Did you expect Jones to be the aggressor?
Well, I just think, Myrtle's being patient, so Jones has to kind of pop that jab. I mean, Myrtle will do this. Myrtle can kind of fight backwards, and then when the opportunity comes, he explodes with combinations.
You can hear Myrtle's coach and trainer, Big Mike Passanier, barking orders from the corner. Nice low kick there from Jones.
Yeah, they're scoring well for him. Myrtle's really throwing a lot of power behind that right hand. There's his knee.
Nice right hand. And that is not a knockdown. Quick decision there from a referee, and it looked like the right one.
Yeah, definitely the right call. Myrtle was trying to do those knees he's known for, and he got pushed back.
Myrtle Grunhart, nicknamed the Predator because back in the day he had long hair, and they said, hey, you look like the Predator from the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He doesn't look that way anymore, but he kept the nickname. And his signature strike, pretty much a knee from anywhere he wants to throw.
Yeah, and he mixes them with his punches, so they're really hard to see. Where Troy Jones, nicknamed Trouble, fighting out of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. We talked about his finishing power. 11 of his 13 wins by knockout. Former football player at Minnesota State, graduated with a law degree.
And there's the champ, Cedric Doumbé, had to pull out because of injury. He was supposed to fight here tonight. But he'll be ready to face the winner. I asked him who he wanted to win. He said, well, I hate Myrtle with all my passion I could possibly give it. So I'm pulling for Troy Jones tonight. A lot of water in the corner there of Myrtle Grunhart.
Yeah, Big Mike likes that sponge splash. He wets half of the audience when he does it too.
Well, both fighters should be now settled in and ready to throw hands here after somewhat of a feel-out opening round. And all 5 give it to the American. Nice start for Troy Jones.
If you can get an early advantage in these first few rounds, you can really take a dominating lead. And right now, his jab and his low kicks scoring the best for him.
And if you're just joining us, Nick Kalakis out of Las Vegas handicapped this fight at Myrtle Grunhart -140, so about a 1.5 favorite. I thought it would be bigger, but he watched the footage and saw what a lot of people see in Troy Jones. Right hand lands there for Jones. Myrtle answers back.
Yeah, Myrtle's really putting a lot behind that right hand. Good jab. Good distance control and counter from Jones.
Stats fairly even. Jones landing slightly better.
And he needs to keep up with his low kicks. They're scoring well.
Right hand from Grunhart.
And those are the explosions I talk about. Myrtle will stay at one pace. You think that's the pace he's going to bring, then all of a sudden he turns it on. And he comes with ferocity, comes with angles, power.
Jones showing he belongs in this fight, at least so far. If he can win this second round, that would mean Myrtle would have to win 3 straight, Joe.
Jones now getting comfortable. You can see him switching stances. That's one sign of being comfortable.
I want to say hello to all of Troy Jones' friends and family, including his wife and child. They couldn't make it here from Minnesota on such short notice. We know they're watching with them. Oh, and a right hand just dropped Jones. That is a knockdown, and it came out of nowhere.
4.
Myrtle was looking for that right hand. He just found it.
7, 8. Gloves up.
Jones says he's okay. Let's see if the Predator can finish this. Jones just ate a knee.
When Myrtle sees blood, he comes after you.
Jones in trouble again, and he's down for the second time, and he's out on his back. Myrtle Grunhart, the Predator, explodes in the second round and is now the interim welterweight champion of the world.
Patience, patience, patience. Once the opportunity arises, the Predator comes alive.
After losing the first round on all 5 judges' scorecards, he didn't panic. He waited for his moment, and now is calling out the real champ, Cedric Doumbé.
Yeah, there's a lot of heat, a lot of tension. He's getting a lot of boos from the French fans, but he's feeling good right now.
Well, Joe, how did that happen in a matter of seconds?
I mean, you saw him trying to land that right hand. He was patient with it. He didn't really open up too much, but once he found that opportunity, he went right after it.
Here's the first knockdown.
Yeah, Jones was doing well, staying patient, but then as soon as Jones went to open up, you saw Myrtle catch that right hand right on. Boom! Right on target. Just that aggressive power, especially when Myrtle has you heard. He smells blood, he goes right after it. You see him come inside, throw his punches in combinations, jab, right hand, followed up, and Troy Jones, goes down to the canvas.
And that was it. Another look at Grunhart, who just came alive in the second round. He was biding his time, waiting for the perfect moment, and then he had the perfect finish.
Yeah, explosiveness comes out of nowhere, and that's where you see the dangerous in the Predator.
He's never lacked confidence, Joe, and now he's probably had more than he's had in his life.
Yeah, you see him step out of the ring. The tension has built for the rematch.
One of the most heated rivalries in Glory history. Grunhart and the man nicknamed the best, Cedric Doumbé. And Doumbé's coming up on the ring apron. We'll make it official and hear from the new interim champ when we return to Glory Lyon. We welcome you back to Glory 70. Our main event is done, and it was just an electrifying turn of events in the second round from the Predator, Myrtle Grunhart, as he picks up his 40th career knockout. Tim Hughes makes it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, your main event of the evening comes to an end with an official time of 2 minutes, 38 seconds of the second round and ends by knockout for your winner and now interim welterweight champion of the world, Myrtle Grunhart. Here to present the belt, our Managing Director of Sport, Mr. Cor Hammers.
I'm with your winner, Myrtle Grunhart. You called yourself a belt collector, and you just added one to the collection.
Tu te surnommes le collectionneur de ceintures et tu viens d'en ajouter une à ta collection?
I got them all, and I need them all. I'm just waiting for one, to collect, but it's gonna come.
Je les ai toutes, je les veux toutes, mais il m'en manque une seule.
You stayed patient in that first round. You let him come to you, but in that second round, things changed. Was that the game plan?
T'as été patient dans le premier round, tu l'as laissé venir à toi, mais t'as accéléré dans le second. Est-ce que c'était le plan de jeu?
Yeah, that was the game plan. Just let him come a little bit, I got to feel him a little bit. And in the second round, you just, came forward and attack. And I know when I'm attacking, then it's over. When the Predators come in, it's done.
C'était le plan, le laisser venir, le sentir un petit peu, et puis accélérer dans le second, accélérer, puis avancer.
All right, well, let's look at the monitor now and take me through your handiwork here.
Yeah, just looking a little bit, palm. The right hand's coming over. Left jab, right hand over.
This was the first knockdown here. Came really aggressive with that right hand.
Yeah, definitely. I like that one. Like when lights is out, bro.
And then you smell blood and then came after it right away.
That's what the Predator does. When he smells blood, he goes for his prey, so then it's done.
Quand tu commences à sentir l'odeur du sang, faut accélérer, et c'est ce que j'ai fait.
Well, it's no surprise what you want next, and he's standing here. You got a message for him?
Oh, definitely. I got a message for friends, don't go too hard on your boy. I mean, he can't help himself, that he canceled his fight because he's fighting the Predator. So don't be so hard on that guy, He will find his way to come back in the ring with me and fight and lose his belt. So don't be hard on the guy.
Ne soyez pas trop sévère avec Cédric Doumbé parce qu'il s'apprête à affronter un prédateur. Donc s'il vous plaît, public français, soyez patient.
All right, now for your big message. What's next and who do you want next? Let's hear it.
Maintenant, attendons ton message. Quelle est la prochaine étape?